out the Bounty Hunter Tracker 4 and see what we can find. Let's go set up the Bounty Hunter. Very simple setup. 3 o'clock position right here on sensitivity, 11 o'clock on discrimination. Toggle mode is all metal mode. Got my handy knockoff pinpointer, and then a nice handy trowel. And of course, you got to have your knee pads, because we're going to be doing some deep knee bends looking for potential treasure here in the park. All right, and I normally like starting out by the swings, so we'll go by the swings and then we'll go from there. Okay, now the big thing is this looks like new mulch, so we actually may find a lot of that aluminum metal crunchy stuff that they put in here, but we'll see. So let's just walk it up here, and we'll start swinging the coil here shortly over here by the swing set. And let me adjust there we go. Let me adjust this so you guys can see what I'm seeing, and we'll be starting here shortly. So Bounty Hunter Tracker 4, 3 o'clock position on sensitivity, 11 o'clock on discrimination, all metal mode, and then we'll bump it to tone mode when we get a target and see if maybe it's something that rusts versus something that doesn't rust. Here goes. All right, and just let me adjust the coil a little bit. Okay, and this looks like new mulch. Yeah, okay, it's working. Okay, and I'm using the Bounty Hunter Tracker 4. It's a live stream to just kind of show you that you can get started in the hobby using a discount metal detector. In this case, one that didn't cost as much as you could spend metal detecting. And I spent $70.35 using this, or to purchase this machine. So let's see. Yeah, we can break even with. I think right now I've gotten about maybe, I think close to $6 in clad coins. So never know. All right, well, that was disappointing. Nothing around the swings here. Let's go to this little seesaw structure deal. Okay. And let's see if there's something lurking here. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna be hard. This is the structure that I'm picking up. But I can just kind of slow the search down to help isolate maybe something that may have fell. Oh, let's see. Okay. Of course, I could probably move it a little too. Oh man, can't really move it as much. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Good morning, good morning, good night, Munchie. All right, just trying a place I hadn't been to in years, but it looked like it new mulch, so it may be slim pickings today. All right. No. Okay, that's still that structure. Just gonna do a perimeter search. Okay. Wait. Oh, here we go. Let's pop it to tone mode. Disappeared. Holy cow. Potential rusty item. Let's check it out. Oh, wait a minute. I see it. Looks like someone lost their battery. Oh, well, lost the battery. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's gone. All right, so first find of the day is a battery. All right, let's see. Dan Southwell, howdy. Thanks for joining. Okay. All right, well, let's go to this structure and see what happens. So far, it's just been a battery, and this is a small park, so it may not be a longer live stream. It may be a shorter one, since it won't take much to get this detected. Yeah, but I'm gonna stick with that pattern that I like using when I'm out detecting, which is by this start by the swings and come back around some of the different structures, and then start doing an outer perimeter search, and then kind of working my in, clearing out any of the gaps. Wow. Okay, that's all structure. Yeah, there's a school, elementary school across from here that I used to go to and get a good amount of coins, but they've since converted it to that rubbery, grassy stuff, so lost out on that. Okay, here we go. No, it's the structure. Oh, let's see, got some folks on. Missed a spot. Okay, Daddy-O, Carol, Christian Martinez, thanks for the gift. Cool, thank you. All right. Okay, that's still the structure. Okay, that's the structure. So side to side, fault signal, come in straight on the pole, and then here you can really just kind of work your way slowly because, well, there's a lot of metal here. I'm gonna go underneath the structure real quick. Bear with me. Wow, very slim pickings here. Yep. And if you find my kid's retainer, all right, cool. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, and again, the main theme of this stream is to just show you if you can get started metal detecting in the hobby without having to spend a lot. In this case, $70, 35 cents. And the other thing is just finding places to hunt. I think someone's calling out best place to find precious metals. Yeah, best places are elsewhere, I'm sure. High traffic areas is what you're looking for. Beaches are really nice, but in the end, it's based on where you live and where you can go. And right now, since there's not any beaches that are fairly close by to me, I come to these mulched playgrounds and do my detecting. And I've been surprised over the years what I found here in these locations. All right. Okay. All right. This is disappointing so far. But hey, that's the point of it. Yep, get out there. That's the key. Pick up a machine, and it's the only way you learn your machine is to use it. I think I heard something here. Yeah, here we go. All right, I'm gonna tone it out. Okay, that came in with a low tone. So this could be, it's something that doesn't rust, but it could be trash, could be treasure. It didn't have that high tone like a coin would come in as. So let's see. Right there, classic pull tab. Okay. And the pull tab sounds like a nickel, sounds like a ring, sounds like a pull tab. So those are one of those ones you just gotta dig. Okay, on my Nocta with the visual ID, those come in the 30s, but a ring will come in at the 40s. But you still dig it because there's that potential nickel that is lurking below. On this one, it can just kind of tell you there's something there. Oh, look at this. You see that? Oh, wait a minute. I think I dropped my trowel. I put it in my pocket, little side pocket deal, and dropped it. There it is. Gotta have that. This is cool. We got some cicada right here. This one looks like he's dead, but yeah, those are those things you hear at night around here. I'm sure you guys have heard it elsewhere. Little cicada. All right. Yeah. All right, well, yeah, you'll hear those guys at night. All right, let's keep going. Okay, I thought I heard a double tone, but it was me going side to side. Okay. Okay, that's still the structure. Wait a minute, I heard something. Here we go. Hear that sound? It's all metal mode. So that tells me that could be something that rusts, but it could be like a piece of wire this time, or maybe a paper clip. Let's see if I can at least locate it. Okay, you can see the value of a pinpointer. If you're getting started metal detecting, I would say you do have to have a pinpointer, handheld pinpointer, to help you locate these targets. It makes it much easier. Okay, what is this thing? Come on. Is that it? Yep, there it is. All right. Rusty nail. Okay, coming in crackly, so all metal mode, toned it out. Didn't hear any return when I toned it out. And therefore, guessed that it was going to be something that rust. That was a rusty nail. Okay. And that's the main reason why I love this machine for starting out. Is it's just a simple setup. 3 o'clock sensitivity, 11 o'clock discrimination, all metal mode, search everything, pick up everything, and go to tone mode, kick in that discrimination, and then listen for the different sounds, changes in sounds that it'll make. That'll help you determine if it's a good target or not. Okay. Okay, and it's all circuitry, analog, basically. There's no software to interpret the signal. Okay, another potential pull tab there. High tone, all metal mode, tone mode. Get that little buzzy sound. So let's go and find it. Now, right there on top. It's a crunchy metal thing. Crunchy metal, okay. All right, that was the initial perimeter search around this structure. Let's go over here now. Let's see, LA Native TV, thanks for the gold coin, appreciate it. And then some other folks on the call. Pedro, Ali, Norma, My Willie, Lane Lucas, Colorado Garner, TC Dan, Lane Lucas, Christian Martinez, Carolyn, the O'Daddy, and Dan Southwell, and then Goodnight Munchie. All right, I think I got everybody. Actually, there's one that I don't know how to pronounce with different lettering, but thanks for joining. Okay. All right. Let's see. Wait a minute. I did this structure already. Okay. All right. So once that happens, I'll do another perimeter search around each of the structures, but step away. But first, I want to do an outer perimeter search around the whole area and see if I can get something that may have popped on the perimeters. So I'm just going to start over here by this deal and see where that takes us. And we'll probably pick up this metal thing, plus we'll probably pick up the rebar as part of the sidewalk. And here all you do is just kind of ignore the one single tone as you get near the sidewalk, and you're listening for a double signal, beep beep, or change in the tone, and that'll help you. This one's weird here. So I lost. I don't think I'm picking up any rebar stuff here. Oh yeah, okay, there it is now. Okay. Okay, here's something. Okay, another potential pull tab. Let's go check it out. And using my discount pinpointer, it's a 2-second delay for it to kick in and start searching. Okay. It's down there. You can hear the machine or the pinpointer making a bunch of noise. There it is. Yep. Trashola. All right, well, that goes into the trash pocket. And let's continue on. Okay, here's another one. Oh. Hear that? I'm in all tone mode and I'm getting a solid tone. This one might be a potential coin. Let's see. All right. It's a possible coin. Let's see if we can at least have a coin. I try hoping that I find a coin at least every hunt. And sometimes I get that, at least one coin. Other times I get none. But that's the full Monty with metal detecting. Okay, it's down there. All right, I'm gonna just push it around a little. Okay. All right. It's down there. Oh, man. It's that heavy metal stuff. Had this happen before, too. At another playground area that it was some kind of crunchy metal thing that got all chopped up and it was coming in at a good sound. That was on the Nocta. I was getting 70s and on this metal that equates to a dime, and it turned out to be this kind of, I don't know what kind of metal that was, but it was enough to register a high tone or a good target ID. But hey, that's the nature of the business. Okay, I heard something. Okay, let's go to high tone or low tone mode. Okay, so that is another dealie here. This one could be some more trash, but we gotta dig it. You gotta dig it. That's part of it. That's why I got these knee pads on, because I tend to do a lot of deep knee bends in this hobby. Okay, I kicked it out a little. There it is. Oh yeah, there we go. So, do you want to know what metal detecting is really like? Right there. It's not all the hype of a lot of bling bling and diamonds and jewelry and gold and silver. It's a lot of trash. But it's addictive because it only takes one good one to keep you going. Okay. All metal mode, and I see it. It looks like a little piece of wire. Yeah. A piece of wire. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm gonna stick with the perimeter search, and then we'll start closing the gaps. Okay. And not going as fast because it's not a big park, and I actually have a little time today before I have to call the stream. I got some honeydews to do, so I gotta basically limit myself to about 45 minutes, and I think this is about all I need to search this park like I normally would. Let's see. Not a very big one. Okay. Seven pounds of copper wire. Nice. Yeah, the copper wire comes in at a pretty good tone on the Nocta that I have. Okay. It's still coming in good on the tone mode, but it's not a solid signal. But I'm interested in finding out what it is, so let's see. Okay. May have to chase this one a little. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yep, I'm gonna chase this one. Let's find this. Okay. Kind of crackly. All right, somewhere in here. Wow, I'm having a hard time here. Let's push out some of the mulch. See if I can kick it out, and then see if I moved it. No. Okay, it's still here. Okay, kind of crackly here. Let's push it this way to my left. Okay, now let's see if I moved it. The great thing about this mulch is you can move the stuff. I think I heard it over here. No, that's the sidewalk. Okay, back in here. Okay, it was down there. Just had to move some of the mulch. Okay, what could this one be? Thought I heard something, but I think it was maybe a rock. Okay, still there. And then if I hit the underlayment fabric, I'll stop. Just as a rule of thumb. Don't want to damage anything. Ah, there it is right there. I can feel it. Oh, wow. Some kind of metal disc looking thing. I gotta look at this now. Oh, there it is. What is this thing? Pretty big. This looks like one of those little pins or buttons. It's got a little, like little badge thing, but the thing's gone. Oh well, found it. This is about roughly 4 or 5 inches down. It's not bad. Okay, I mean, pretty good sized dealie, and had that high tone still, but I guess that was mainly because it's the larger size metal. Because it was coming in with a high tone, but it wasn't a solid high tone. Had a little crackliness to it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and this looks like some fairly new mulch, so I'm not expecting too much this time, and so far it's been true. It's mainly been trash, and no coins yet. But let's just stick to the pattern, and that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, where sometimes you get some good stuff, other times you don't get so good stuff. $70.35 for the Bounty Hunter Tracker 4. Got several other machines, but I really like this one, and I got it mainly to show folks you can get started in the hobby and not have to spend as much as you could. It doesn't have a pinpointer, but I use a knockoff handheld pinpointer that I got for under 20 bucks, and that's a trowel, and that's pretty much all you need. Okay, we're coming up on the initial outer perimeter search, and once we do that, we'll start filling in the gaps between the structure and the outer perimeter. Okay, and here's that metal pole. Side to side, fault signal, straight in. Listen for your tones. All right, let's work the gaps now, all right? And just to make it easier, I'll start out near the structure, just a step away from the playground structures, kind of overlapping where I was already at. And let's see where that takes us. So I'll just start out with this smaller one here. Okay, right here. Yeah, you should check your local ordinances for where you can and can't detect. I'm good to go here, because as long as it's a public park and I don't damage the landscape and I come during operating hours, or in this case 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., I can have at it all I want. But I tend to go early in the morning or in the evening because I don't want to be here when there's other people here, just because I want to kind of give them the courtesy of the park so they can have their kids playing around in the playground and not bother with me. And at the same time, I don't bother, or they don't bother me as well. So just start early. Plus, I'm also a morning person. Crackly noise here, coming in at a all metal mode, but not a very solid signal. So it's going to be something that rusts. But it may be something tiny or something weird. So let's see. Okay, I bumped it. All right, let's see. You call the little number or whatever. Call before you dig. But I'm not digging. And if I am, I'm digging through this stuff. And I don't think I've had an encounter with underground utilities in these little mulch parks. But yeah, just common sense. Check stuff. Okay. Don't make it complicated. And then if someone asks you have to leave, then just leave. Don't argue. And then if the cops show, which they have, and they've left me alone because they know the rules. The main thing is seeing if you can find something. Okay. Without getting in trouble, I guess. All right, I lost the signal. This is one of those crazy ones where you move the target around and it reorients the target in relation to the coil, and you end up losing it. And I just lost it. I had it briefly. Okay, here we go. Right here. I pushed it out. Okay, let's see if we can find it. So what happens with a lost signal is the target in relation to the coil gets moved or reoriented so that it's not getting as picked up as much by the coil. Huh, I moved it. Okay, here we go. This one seems kind of tiny. All right, I'm gonna pick it up here. Okay, it's in here. You guys see it? Okay, I think I see something. No, that's a piece of wood. Okay. Having a hard time locating this. It definitely is small. So good to know it can pick up small targets. Oh, there it is. Wow, that is tiny. Oh, wow, that is tiny. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's what I found in the mulch. All right, so good to know the machine can pick up stuff like that. Nice. All right, we got some more folks joining. Howdy, Peter Sparky, Leo Gurno, Mo, Lyad, Adam, Old School Dude, Adam, Blendo, Gino, Brianna, Jay Washer, Florence Kearns, Will Lee Mayan, John Doe, Uran, Christian, John Doe. All right, thanks for joining. We're just kind of playing around, trying to work a mulch or a park that's filled with a bunch of mulch, and yeah, it's been a little slow. And there's that elementary school I was telling you about earlier that I used to go to, but now they put that rubbery stuff on there now. So bummer. Missing out on what used to be a cool place that would continually show up with coins or different jewelry things, charms, bracelets, etc. at these little school playground lots. Yeah, I do love the mulch when I'm digging, metal detecting. Okay, all right, I'm just doing that perimeter search around the structure where I stepped away a little bit further away from where I initially was. So I was here, now I moved over. Okay, and I'm gonna go around this structure and then I'm gonna step away back to this other structure and do the same thing. Okay, and I'll do that, and then I'll start working the gaps again. And I mainly kind of focus on these high traffic areas initially, because sometimes I may have to leave in short notice, or yeah, it still picks it up going that fast. It's got a really good fast recovery rate. That's the other thing I like about it. My little pull tab. My Fisher did the same thing. I could do a fast coil search where I'm just swinging the coil back and forth fairly fast and still picking up stuff. Sometimes you gotta definitely slow your search, but for the most part, I haven't had any issues just kind of keeping up this kind of pace right here, which is, it's not too fast of a pace. It's a steady pace, and you can cover a lot of ground in this manner. Okay. And I tell you, I'd been here several years, probably about 5-10 years, somewhere in between there. I hadn't detected this area, and I was expecting maybe there'd be more, but let's see. This one doesn't have a pinpointer. And how I calibrate, because it's such an easy machine to get started on. 3 o'clock position sensitivity, 11 o'clock for the discrimination. When I first got the machine, I think I did a little demo on how I test out a new machine that I get before I even take it out in the field. And I'll do is get a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter, and see the sounds, or hear the sound that the machine makes, both in the all metal mode and then the tone mode. And then to kind of get into the money zone, I'll kind of tweak it so that the discrimination picks up a variation with a nickel and a pull tab. And then just in case, I'll grab the wedding ring here and throw that on the ground here. And okay, that's all metal mode right there. And then tone mode right here, tone mode at the 11 o'clock position. Hear that? Still coming in high, but there's that weird buzz to it, and that tells me that's a potential nickel, potential pull tab, potential ring. The pull tabs will actually have a little more buzzy sound to it, but for the most part, being able to flip-flop here has been a pretty convenient feature I really like about this machine. My old 1225X, you had to use this knob to get things going. Okay, so there is no built-in pinpointer. One thing that I have been noticing, let me see if I can grab, let's see, what did I find already? Oh, here's that piece of pot metal someone called out. All right, so because it doesn't have its own built-in pinpointer, what I'll do is I'll hear it come side to side. You can hear that double signal, and then you'll kind of come back and forth, and that's kind of isolating the target right in that circle thing, the middle, the smaller circle dealie. And then as I get close to it as well, I'll even bounce it. See, I'll bounce it and I'll get a solid right here, and I'll kind of guesstimate it's in that location, and that's how I use it. The other thing is this doesn't come with a depth meter, something to tell how deep something is, but for the most part, even on my Nocta, it's calibrated against a certain size object. Most times it's a coin, so the depth be accurate for a coin, but if it's something small or something big, it's going to throw it off. So my workaround, which I learned from my old 1225X that didn't have a depthometer, was lift up the coil above the object. So you get the initial indication of a target, and then just lift it up till you don't hear it anymore, and then slowly bring it back down. Okay, this isn't a good example because it's pretty close to the surface, so it's picking it up pretty good, but by doing that, it'll kind of give you a good guesstimate as to how deep it is. Okay, it's my workaround when it comes to depth. All right, and especially been useful for these parks with the mulch because of that underlayment. And one of the rules here is you can't damage a landscape. So if technically if I go past the underlayment, I'm technically damaging the landscape. So I kind of keep away from that. Oh, here we go. What is this? Okay, all metal mode. Disappeared in tone mode. Bummer. Something that rusts. Okay, and here's, I'm thinking it's here, then I'm gonna go here. Okay, now here, then I'm gonna bounce it. And I think it's right here. In fact, I think I see it. Yeah, right there. Look at that. A staple in the mulch itself. Awesome. Awesome. Huh. Wonder if I could pop it out. Let's see. No, can't get it with this. I've blunted the trowel and sharpened the ends here, right here, with the angle grinder right here, and that helps cut through some of the harder roots and stuff that you may encounter. All right, and you definitely want a trowel that is a one piece, and you don't want that cheap sheet metal stuff because you'll break them. And there's the riveted ones also, you'll break those. I find that having this all one solid piece of aluminum trowel seems to work for me. Fortunately, I've not been able to find this at Lowe's or Home Depot anymore. They come up with some new design and kind of iffy about it. But I've had this one for, let me think, at least 20 years. So it works. And I think I got it for like $9-10. All right, I'm going to step a little bit further away now. And now we're just kind of working the gaps between where we've been. And in this case, it's one of those morning coin hunts where we're not finding much. I've yet to find a coin. Found a battery, found some trash, aluminum stuff that rusts. But that's the whole point of the channel. I can't show you some of the good finds until I find a good find. And we're going to do it live here. So that case where I found a gold pendant with diamonds in it and that amethyst stone, that's the best find for 2026 for yours truly so far. That was done at a little elementary school playground live. So and you can certainly see that the ground was untouched when I dug into it. And then the next ring was a silver, or the next good find was that silver Tiffany ring, and that was done as I was driving on, I believe, a weekend on some trashola. And I was on like one of the, I think a trip to the grocery store, and I went by a park or playground that I noticed on Google Earth that there was a playground that I hadn't been to before at this elementary school. I always thought it was in the front, but apparently they had another one in the back. So I went over there and hunted it, and lo and behold, I got that silver Tiffany ring. Really nice one too. I think I posted in the community post. Get an idea of what it looks like. It's a city park, so you can good to go for the elementary schools in our area. Can't go during school hours or school activities, and if it's a locked gate, you can't jump the fence. Other than that, you're free and clear as long as you don't damage the landscaping or and it won't basically damage anything. Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, let's go to all metal or tone mode. It disappeared. Shoot. Sounds like it's more over here. Okay, I'm in Texas. All right, this is gonna be something that rusts because it toned out. So let's find it. I found a battery earlier. Maybe this is another battery. Okay. Okay, a little further down. All right, let's grab the trowel and I'll move stuff around. See if I can get it to pop out. Oh, I hear it. Right there. Oh, a piece of rebar. Big chunky piece of rebar. All right, we found it. Okay. All right, that's one of those mornings, but morning is still young. We still got a little area to search where there may be a coin or two still lurking below. Okay, what time is it? All right, cool. 7:30, okay. All right, now it's about, I think it was in the 80s, but it's about 7:30 in the morning here. We did hit the hundreds the other day. Actually, we hit the hundreds several weeks now. Pretty hot. And there was an evening coin hunt I did, I think, a couple of days ago. And that one, we used two machines. I had a buddy with me. Yes, I'm in America. Okay, that one toned out, so it may be something that rust again. So let's go find out. Okay. Okay, and you can see how I use the pinpointer. You definitely, yep, nail. You definitely want to have a pinpointer because even on the machines that I have that have a built-in pinpointer, that Fisher and that Nocta, I still use a handheld because I've got the knee pads on, and I take, these come in pairs. I just kind of glue them together and give it a little more cushy stuff on the knees, and I just do these deep knee bends every time I get down and start searching for something. And I leverage that pinpointer to help me search instead of having to keep going back up and down. All right, and with this mulch and dirt and other places, a lot of times your target is just camouflaged in that stuff, and you could find yourself chasing a target a lot longer than you really need to without a pinpointer versus with a pinpointer. So yeah, if I was getting started again, I would have this machine. I would have a knockoff pinpointer that's still good. In this case, I didn't pay $100 for this. I paid under $20. And then one of these trowels. And then I'm wearing this garment bag, or this thing I got from Lowe's that I just repurposed. Did a little sewing on it and added the little pinpointer deal here. And just to help it or make it easier, because I like everything on my left side so I can easy access it, as well as I keep it in the car or the pickup so that I can be at the ready anytime I'm feeling the need to do a little metal detecting. All right, let's see, how much was your machine? $70.35 out the door. And just look for sales and whatnot. I think I posted a link in the live stream indicating what I think Shields or one of the stores sells that. And then you could always look on Amazon. I got this one off of Amazon. Found anything? Just trash right now. It's not one of those high count detect or hunts. Getting mainly trash, and yeah, mainly trash. I have not found any coins or jewelry yet. Hello from France. Howdy, howdy from France. Okay. But that's the nature of this channel, and the nature of this stream is really just showing you what it's like to go belly detecting in real life. And it's a live stream, and I'm just showing you what this machine can do. And I'm really just trying to show folks that you can get started in the hobby without putting a lot of money on the table just to get started. Because, you know, and I also like these hobbies that are easy to get started in, as well as easy to go out and do. Like, to get started in, you get your machine, pinpointer, trowel, little bag to go around your waist and all that, knee pads, you're ready to go. Keep that in your pickup truck. I leave my machine at the house, but I'll take it to the pickup truck and head out. And I just basically grab my machine and go, and then start having at it. And so the more convenient to get started in a hobby, each time you go, you'll do it more. And in my case, I can be up and ready by just grabbing my machine and heading in my pickup truck and go out or go start driving into a park that I've kind of looked ahead of time. Usually I'll look on Google Earth and take a look at a potential area and see, at a minimum, is there a park there that has this mulch stuff versus that new stuff they're putting down. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So this hunt is going to be a more, well, informational one, I guess, as well as, well, I can't fake it here. There's none of that AI, none of that pre-staged. I hit a ring or something here. This is it right here. And most times people join, they just kind of want to ask a few questions because they're interested in it. Okay, here's one. All metal mode, tone, disappears. Bummer, something that rust. That last piece that we found was a piece of rebar. But I'm gonna dig it. We're gonna dig it, and we're gonna determine what it could be. Okay. This one's moving. There we go. Piece of wire. Okay. All right. And then just in case, just sweep it again, just in case there's something else there. Okay. So yeah, this round mainly been finding trash. Okay. But as you can see, it's a pretty powerful machine, even though it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles like that depth detection and the target ID, visual target ID. But as long as you learn the sounds it makes and use some of those workarounds, doesn't have a built-in pinpointer. Does have a headphone dealie, but no volume control. But my workaround there is I've got a set of headphones that has volume control. So I can adjust it, and it's one of the ones that has volume control for both ears, individual controls. I got it a long time ago. But I don't use it as much, or actually I don't use it at all, because y'all want to hear the sound of the machine versus nothing. So that's why I don't. But if you do use it, I can see it right here, piece of metal, crunchy aluminum stuff. Okay. But if you do, you will extend your battery life. And I was looking at I keep track of how many hours, another deal of trash, And so far on these two 9-volt batteries, I've got about maybe 20, 30 hours on them of actual search time. So that's pretty good. And that's without the headphones. So I wonder how long this would last with the headphones. And it does have a low battery indicator here. So then that red light pops up, it's telling you got a low battery. And like I was saying, I've got about 30 hours on this machine on those two 9-volts. So pretty cool. All right, let's finish a gap search over here. We pretty much covered everything, but there's a section here I need to cover, and then one more section over here. And then at that point, I believe I can call it and at least just say I searched the area and tried to find a coin. All right, so I'm just going to work it back and forth. Got overlapping sweeps. Make sure your coil stays level to the ground. Don't flip it up like so, you know, or you don't want to go like this. You need to try keeping it flat as possible, just so that you have an even, or you stay level to the ground as you're searching. Okay, I heard something. Kind of crackly. Oh, that's okay. I think I see it. Something. Looks like a piece of chunky metal thing again. Yeah, but it's gonna be one of those mornings. Oh, let's see if we can at least get a coin. Try really hard. Only got these two gap areas to go. Good morning, good morning. Wasted hours. Well, I have to admit, you do spend a lot of time in the hobby. I took it up more recently, just because I can now do a bunch of these deep knee bends and use that excuse and get a little workout in while I'm out. Okay, I mean, I've got about 3,000 steps right now, and I don't know how many deep knee bends I've done. Okay, let's go to all metal mode. All right, another one that toned out. That one is probably going to be something. Oh, wait a minute. Thought it was going to be something out of rust, but look at this. All right, look at that. What is this? Okay, it's a nail clipper. $70.35. And then it's got this other cool stuff. All right, well, we found something. That counts. All right, it's not a coin. All right. Found a tool. All right, nice. On the gap search. Okay. All right, I'm feeling good now. Like I was saying, dollar store find. Well, yeah, you take what you can. You know, because that's what keeps you going. All right, you find something instead of just trash. Number one, number two, you actually find something that's good. Yeah, certainly check out some of my old videos. You will see some of the stuff I found searching these playground lots. Okay, so here's something. All metal mode, but I went to tone mode, it disappeared. Okay, so no pinpointer or built-in pinpointer, so I can kind of hear it right around here. I'm gonna bounce it. So right about here. So I'll grab the pinpointer now and we'll start searching. And okay, there we go. So right about in that circle. And I'm anticipating something that rust. And it could be another piece of wire like we found earlier. Wow, this one's down there. Let's see, no. Grab the trowel and kind of push it off to the left here. Okay. Okay, I moved it. Okay, I moved it. Oh, there it is. Something that rust. Piece of wire. Looks like maybe a nail or something. Okay. All right, cool beans. All right, we'll finish up this one section here, and that should have covered the gaps between the outer perimeter search and the structure perimeter searches. And well, yeah, that's pretty much it this round. Nothing exciting, like someone called out, dollar store find. Oh, pretty much. But you should keep doing it. Use the excuse I'm getting a little exercise. Those little deep knee bends that you do every time you get down to go dig, count. And then just being able to get out and stay active. That's half the battle here. Don't be, what is it? Sedimentary? Yeah. Get out there and do stuff. Okay, so since we didn't find much, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, and I just want to show you how many deep knee bends I estimate because I picked up the trash that I got. All right, so let's go over here real quick. Okay, so let me take the bag off that I'm using. All right, and this is that one where I repurposed one of these. You get them from Lowe's or Home Depot. This little apron looking thing right here, but I sewed it together, added in this holder here, okay? And then I got this. This is a find from the other day, wasn't much, okay? But I put the trash in here, okay? And then I have a trowel and I'll stick that in there. There's also a little pocket here I have, but I don't use it for anything. But here is what we found today, to include, I guess this is the best find for this round, is this, as someone said, dollar store find. It looks like it's something from ECI Software Solutions, okay? Okay, got a button, so that's at least 2 deep knee bends. And then right in here, give you a rough guesstimate. Let's see. There's at least a mix of about 20 items in here, so at least a 20 deep knee bends. Not bad. I've done it before where I've gotten like 50, 100 trash as well as treasure. So yeah, so that's my setup right there. Bounty Hunter Tracker 4, the trowel, the setup here, ready for a cold IPA. I'm with you. I plan on having one later. All right. Okay, so appreciate you guys joining and appreciate the support. Till next time, we'll catch y'all later, and happy hunting.